All right, hey, welcome everybody. I'm Red. I'm here to just kind of chill, study. We're gonna be going through some TryHackMe stuff right now. And we lower the volume on my Twitch soundtrack stuff. Can't hear it on the on-demand or on the YouTube, but anybody that might be wandering in might get deafened. So if it's a little too loud, go ahead and let me know. So what am I doing today? I am on the complete beginner path over at TryHackMe, and I'm just trying to get smart at some stuff. The complete beginner path aims to give a broad introduction to the different areas in computer security. This path will be looking at the following areas: basic Linux, Windows application security, network security, scripting challenges, and privilege escalation. Once you complete the beginner path, you should be able to do stuff and be good. I am about 69% into the path progress, so nice. I've completed the beginner introduction, Linux fundamentals, and network exploitation basics, as well as web hacking fundamentals and cryptography. And that was a lot of fun. I have Windows exploitation basics left, along with shells and privilege escalation and basic computer exploitation. So we'll go ahead and start with Windows exploitation basics. Once you log in, if you go to the Learn section, click the path that you want to go on, you should see this screen. As you can see here, I clicked one answer on Windows Fundamentals 1. That's what we'll be doing today. I have no idea how long it's going to take. I don't know if I'm going to be any good at it. This is going to be like cold for me, so we'll just kind of try to do this little module here, or section, or whatever they call it. And maybe we'll learn something together. So I've taken the liberty of starting my attack box. They allow you to have a machine for you to use as where you have all your tools and all that stuff, as well as once you take a look at the first task, they talk to us about what Windows is. We have our machine's IP, administrator, and the user's administrator and password is letmein123 exclamation point. You can use this information in remote desktop in if you decided to use OpenVPN or something to connect to the TryHackMe cyber learning range. I decided to go the easy way out and use their attack box. So you read through this, they talk to you about what Windows is. Oh, excuse me. This is the getting started with Windows. Click Start Machine. You'll get the this pop-up. So what our job is to start answering these questions. Read the above and start the virtual machine. Check. Done. Move on to task 2. And it talks about the different Windows editions starting from its inception in 1985 all the way up to currently Windows 11, you may have heard, is the newest hotness. I have no idea why some people are getting like messages that their machine isn't able to run the software, because clearly their specs run it, like blow it out of the water. But expect that Microsoft will continue to support at least one Windows 10 semi-annual channel until October 14th, 2025. So you have a long time to stick around with Windows 10. As of October 5th, Windows 11 is now the current Windows operating system for end users. So that's you and me and most people. All right. What encryption can you enable on Pro that you can't enable in Home? So they're talking about, if you read in here, Windows 10 has a Home version and a Pro version. I right-clicked, open link in new tab, and it opened up this, Windows 10 Home and Windows 10 Pro. So let's look for that answer. See if we can find the difference on what encryption they use. So these are different versions. I see life cycle facts. Let's find out about that. Product information. We'll go with those two for now. So I tried to control F to see if there's any like information on encryption. Nothing about what encryption they use in these two. So, and it looks like they're talking about Windows 10, excuse me, Windows 11 here. So typically what I do in this situation is Google what I need to know about each of these products. So Google is your best friend. So let's type and see if it comes up as TryHackMe with the answer. Windows 10 Home versus Pro. And we'll just see what this pops up with. What are the differences between these two? All right, great. Got some cookies. I'm not endorsing any of these web pages. I just went to Google to see what I can get. Okay. So it looks like Windows 10 has BitLocker. It's an encryption tool. So let's see if this is maybe what they're talking about. All right, correct. So I'm going to close all those out. So something that we need to know about when we're taking a look at Windows 10 versus Windows 10 Home versus Pro is that you can enable BitLocker in Windows Pro. Cool. Moving on. All right. The above screenshot is an example of a typical Windows desktop. Each component that makes up the GUI, the GUI, the graphical user interface, is explained briefly below. All right, they got little numbers about what all these things are and what you can do. If you've used Windows, you probably know what that's about. So I'm going to go straight to the questions, see if I can answer those questions, and if not, we'll go back to where that can be answered. Which selection will hide, disable the search box? So they want to know about the search box. Which selection will let you enable, or will allow you to hide the search box? So, hide. Okay, disable. So the taskbar wants to disable some of these components. All right, so if you go and right click on the taskbar, we can hide or enable some of these components. So let's say taskbar. Let's see if that works. Which selection? So that did not work. So maybe they're talking about hidden. Once you go to search and you go through here and you type the word hidden, or excuse me, you click on hidden, the search bar goes away. All right, easy enough. Which selection will hide and disable the task view button? So we'll go do the same thing and see if that shows us the correct answer. So which selection will hide, disable the task view button? Task view button. Show task view button. Well, if you take a look on, if you take a look at, oh, okay, wait a second. I just realized that my face is hiding the good stuff, so I'm going to move that there. Hey, all right. So, right click on the taskbar, search hidden. That'll hide the taskbar. Search show taskbar, brings it back. Right click, show task view button, and if you take a look at the answer box, 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like 4 areas for you to type, looks like about the right size. Show task view button. And forgive me if this seems like too easy or whatever, I'm literally just kind of chilling. I'm not a Windows expert by any means. I'm just trying to do this TryHackMe stuff to get a little bit better at it, learn some new tools, dust off some of my old stuff. So it just shows you how easy going through this is. You know, they gave you all the information, they give you all the tools. So besides clock, volume, network, and what other icon is visible in a notification area? So notification area, as we saw above, is that bottom right hand side, right? Number 7, notification area. Dope. So we'll go down there, go hang out. Clock, all right. Volume, well, I don't see the volume or anything, so let's see if I can expand some of this out. All right. Network is right there. So what's this? Notification? What are you called, friend? Action Center? Might be Action Center. And I'm guessing that because I just right-clicked the little speech bubble looking thing, and I went and it says Open to Action Center. I see this has 2 blocks here. Might be Action Center. Hopefully y'all had a good Christmas, happy holidays. If you're watching this, I'm recording in 2021, December, Christmas Day. Kids are in bed, and I'm just trying to enjoy my life, doing some hacky things. So, all right, cool. So, got that answer right. Fantastic. That means that the desktop GUI task is complete. We can move on to the file system. All right, so the file system used in modern Windows is New Technology File System, NTFS. So you'll see this pop up when like you're trying to format a USB drive or something. You know, it might ask if you want to do FAT, format, or NTFS. And I think there's another one that I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, there we go. FAT16, FAT32, and HPFS. There you go. Give you the answers right there. Yep. All right, cool. That's literally everything that I just talking about. That I just talked about. They're talking about it here. USB devices where you typically see that. This gives you some of the limitations of the previous file formats. Looks like they are right-clicking properties to take a look at the file system type. Dope. And you can read more here if you'd like. All right, so on NTFS volumes, you can set permissions that grant or deny access to files and folders. So the permissions are full control, modify, read and execute, list folder contents, read and write. It's different than Linux. You can read, write, and execute. So, and there's user and group in the suid bit. But this has, I guess, it's a little bit more verbose. So, the image below lists the meaning of each type of permission and how it applies to a file and a folder. All right. So let's go ahead. What is the meaning of NTFS? So we just read that. New brain fart. New technology file system. That is the meaning of NTFS. New technology file system. Oh, hey, check it out. They're talking about the advent of Cyber 2. We just got done doing this advent of Cyber 3, which was a 25-day extravaganza, learning new things about web app pen testing and cloud and networking, as well as some blue teaming type stuff and a few other things. But we'll have to keep this in mind. If you're interested in doing that kind of thing, right-click, open new tab, and you'll see all the tasks that they had for last year. Look at that. Look at that old prize pool. Pretty dope. Over $13,000. All right, so back to the work at hand. Do we want to know anything else about this right now? I mean, we can always come back and get these references later. So there's no need in particular right now. All right, the Windows System32 folders. The Windows folder is traditionally known as the folder which contains the Windows operating system. The folder doesn't have to reside in the C drive necessarily. It can reside in another drive and technically can reside in a different folder. This is where environmental variables, or more specifically, system environment variables, come into play. Even though not yet discussed, the system environment variable in the Windows directory is %windir%. All right, per Microsoft, environment variables store information about the operating system environment. The information includes details such as the operating system path, the number of processors used by the operating system, and the location of temporary folders. All right, cool. So that's good to know. One of the many folders is System32. Let's take a look at this question real quick. What is the system variable for the Windows folder? The system variable for the Windows folder, WinDir, encapsulated in %signs. So let's just double check, make sure that's correct. Oop, sorry. WinDir %. Great. All right, note. Many of the tools that will be covered in Windows Fundamentals series reside in the System32 folder. All right, they hold important files that are critical for the operating system. So we'll see that here soon then. All right, task 3, we're moving right along. User accounts, profiles, and permissions. User accounts can be one of the two types on a typical local Windows system: administrator and standard user. The user account type will determine what actions the user can perform on that specific Windows system. An administrator can make changes to the system, add users, delete users, yada yada. A standard user can only make changes to file folders attributed to the user and can't perform system level changes like install programs. So they say they want you to run as a user, not as an administrator, so that way you can't bork your system accidentally, right? So, all right. One way is to click the Start menu and type Other User. A shortcut to system settings other users should appear. So let's try that. Go there. Other User. Hey, it's a TryHackMe local account. Great. Since you're administrator, you can see an option to add someone else to this PC. Dope. Standard user cannot do that. All right. Ooh, this looks interesting. All right, so when a user account is created, a profile is created for the user. The location for the user profile will fall under C users. For example, the user profile folder for this account, user account Max will be C users Max. Hey, I just talked to a Max. All right. The creation of the user's profile is done upon initial login. When a new user account logs into a local system for the first time, they'll see several messages on the login screen. One of the messages, user profile service, sits on the login screen for a while, which is at work at creating the user profile. See below. Please wait for the user profile service. All right. Once logged in, the user will see a dialog box similar to the one below, again indicating that the profile is in creation. All right, another way to access information and then some is using local user and group management. All right, so let's go there. Local user manager. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and type that in. lusrmgr.msc. All right. Note, the run dialog box allows us to open items quickly. Yep, that's true. All right. Back to the local user manager, you should see two folders, users and groups. I do. Click on our groups and see all the names of the local groups along with a brief description of the groups. All right, got them. All right. Each group has permissions set to it and users are assigned added to groups by the administrator. When a user is assigned to a group, the user inherits the permission of that group. A user can be assigned to multiple groups. Note: if you click on add someone else to this PC from other users, it will open local users and management. All right, dope. What is the name of the other user account? Okay, so let's go to users, other user account. Well, we have TryHackMe Billy. Is that what they're talking about? Let's find out. TryHackMe Billy. What groups is this user a member of? Member of remote desktop users and users. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Remote desktop users. Oop. Comma users. All right. What built-in account is guest access for this computer? Probably going to be guest, right? Yeah, looks like it. What is the account status? All right, let's take a look. Not sure what they mean. So let's open that up. Is the account locked out? No, but it is, say, when you double click it, account is disabled. Looks like that is gonna fit here. Account is disabled. All right, great. So the local user and group management LUSRMGR.MSC will open up this this program. So let's go ahead and close it out. And we'll move on to the next task. User account control. All right. The large majority of home users are logged into their Windows system as local administrators. Okay, cool. So that's dangerous. Great. Note: UAC by default doesn't apply to the built-in local administrator's account. So if you use a local administrator account, user account control will not apply. All right, that's good to know. We have a user and password for the standard user. It's visible in this. So what does UAC mean? User account control. So I'm gonna go through this step here. I'm gonna go to LUSRMGR.MSC. I'm gonna take a look at the users. Take a look at TryHackMe Billy. We'll go to general compatibility. Oh, okay, so this is security tab of Wireshark. So let's go to properties of Wireshark. Who can use it? Administrators, cool. So if we were trying to be Billy, I think that Billy would get yelled at and wouldn't be able to use this. And he would probably have this UAC pop up, and we'd have to put in a password of an administrator to be able to use it. All right, good to know. Task 8, the settings and control panel. On a Windows system, the primary locations to make changes are the settings menu and a control panel. For a long time, the control panel has been the go-to location to make system changes, such as adding a printer, uninstall a program, etc. The settings menu was introduced on Windows 8. The first Windows operating system catered to touch screen tablets and is still available in Windows 10. As a matter of fact, the settings menu is now the primary location a user goes to if they're looking to change a system. Alright, so let's go to the settings menu. Settings. I'm going to look around in here. System. Cool, we can make all kinds of changes. Now, I'm sure you're very familiar with this. I'm sure there's very many Windows users out there. But, who knows? Got to get familiar with this regardless, right? So let's take a look at the network. And if we wanted to change adapter options, it brings us to the control panel. All right. In the control panel, change the view to small icons. Okay. So go back to the control panel. And now we want to change our view, so let's go to Appearance and Personalization. And let's see, what did it want us to change? The view to small icons. This is fonts, Explorer options. So what if we go here and we type small icons? Icons, themes and related searches. All right. Are the small icons in the taskbar? Is that what we're trying to use? Use small taskbar buttons. Well, they're saying small taskbar buttons here. They're not saying small icons, and it's not in the control panel. So maybe we need to go back. I feel like it would be in the File Explorer options. View small icons. That's the navigation pane. Files and folders. So I'm not seeing it. Let's go back to the control panel home and see if it's in. Could it possibly be in the system? Or maybe I need to just make sure I read what's going on here. Adapter options, control panel. Wallpaper will come up here. If I go to icons, themes and related search settings, select which icons appear. What is the last setting in a control panel view? Well, I'm in the control panel view. Last setting. The control panel view. Taskbar navigation. Make it easier to see. I don't think that's going to be it. in the control panel, change the view to small icons. I am in the control panel. Oh, I see what they're saying. Part of the biggest problem with TryHackMe is that it's sometimes difficult to kind of like understand what they're actually trying to get out of you. So I just went to control panel, and they mean to change the view of the control panel's icons into small icons. So what I did was view by category, click that, view by small icons. And now it says, what is the last setting in the control panel view? All right. The last setting, 1, 2, 3. Well, Windows Defender Firewall might be it. Windows Defender Firewall. All right, cool. So we're almost done here. We got 8 of the 10 tasks completed. We'll go to Task Manager for the 9th task. The last subject will be touched. That will be touched is the Task Manager. The Task Manager provides information about the applications and processes currently running on the system. Other information is also available, such as how much CPU and RAM are being utilized, which falls under performance. You can access the Task Manager by right-clicking the taskbar. All right, right-click taskbar, look for Task Manager. Got it. Donezo. Check. Click on more details. Ooh, shiny. So many more things to look at. All right. You can refer to this blog post for more detailed information about the Task Manager. This has been such a short module or section or whatever. I'm going to right-click this because I love blogs. Let's find out what's going on here. How to Geek. Ooh, a complete guide from Chris Hoffman, Editor-in-Chief. All right. Seems like a very reliable source. Looks sufficiently nerdy. So I think, what is a keyboard shortcut to open the Task Manager? So I like to press Control Shift Escape. Let's see if that is what they want to see. Control plus Shift plus Escape. Hey, all right, awesome. Control Shift Escape is what they were looking for. Go ahead and try it out. I'm gonna press Control Shift and Escape, and my own computer decided to look for its Task Manager. So I guess you can't send specific commands. Maybe if they have a button here or something for that, but not something we're worried about. We'll move on to Task 10, the conclusion. Again, this was a generic overview of the Windows OS. There are intermediate and advanced topics for each task that was covered in this room. Hence, Task 9 ended with a detailed blog post explaining the Task Manager in great detail. In future modules, we'll cover topics like the Windows folder, the Management Console, security tools, to name a few. All right, we read what they wanted us to read. I highly recommend you go back, check this out. Hey, we did it. Look at all this. And we're going to go and highly recommend you go back to Task 9. Go check out all these core Windows processes rooms that they got here. So you can go and do all these awesome, get some good skills on them. These are important processes. So LSAS, with all the security deets, go dump some hashes, get some passwords. So that's about it for this. Thank you very much for joining me on Windows Fundamentals 1, part of the Windows Exploitation Basics module within the Complete Beginner path. I have been your host this evening. Thanks again, and catch you next time. We'll be doing Windows Fundamentals 2.